Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Steph and this is Ordinary Plant Girl. If you're new here, thank you for clicking on this video, and if you're returning, thank you so much for spending more of your time with me. Today I have some plant maintenance, plant chores, things that I'm going to do. This summer things have kind of fallen off a little bit and some of my plants have been struggling, so I'm going to try and bring those back. I do have a pole extension that I need to do on my Epipremnum skeleton key. I have two more plants that I'm going to put on poles. One of them actually turns out to be a wish list plant of mine from 2021. Go figure, I finally got it. It kind of just fell off my radar for the longest time and I didn't see them, and then all of a sudden, there it was. And that is my Philodendron Atabapoense. So just this little tiny guy right here, I'm so excited. And the other one, which I will show you shortly, it's just in another room so I can't grab it, is my Epipremnum Amplyssimum, if I said that right. Either way, that is gonna go on a pole. This one here is gonna go on a pole. I'm gonna do the pole extension, and then I don't know what I'm gonna do. I have so many things to do. It's just, I know these three things are going to happen in this video, and anything else is just kind of gonna, it's just gonna go. So if that is something you are interested in seeing, please stick around. I'm going to be trying out some new D-shaped moss poles today, only because the ones that I usually get from North Shore Tropicals are currently sold out, so I had to get other ones. So I decided to try the thickly moss poles, and I ordered the wrong ones at first. I ordered the thickly 3.0, which could possibly be fine. I don't know. We'll see. I've watched other people use them. I wasn't a large fan of them, but now I have them, so I'm gonna have to use them. What I had tried to do originally was order the thickly 2.0 poles. For some reason I got the 3.0, and then I went back and ordered the 2.0. So those are the poles that I'm going to be working with today. Which ones I'm going to use for what thing, I don't know. We're just going to see where the day takes us. So let's get started. Now normally I would use my D-shaped poles that I get from North Shore Tropicals. They are currently sold out though, so I had to go another route, but I do have two medium and one small. This one is the one I'm going to be using for my extension for my skeleton key, so I'm going to take that out. Actually, we'll keep this one over here and we'll put these guys over there just in case. Now, by accident, I went to order the Thickly Grow Poles 2.0 series, but I ended up with the 3.0 series. And this one, I think I have it upside down. I do have it upside down. This one has a front enclosure, which is fine, but I have to, it just makes me rethink what I would use this for. But I think that my Rubber Cinctum Platinum and my Roseo Cataphyllum might actually do well in these ones. So I will be attempting to use these ones as well. And then because of that, I did end up having to reorder my Thickly 2.0 poles, as you can see, and they're small, which is good. That works for what I'm going to need them for. And it's the first time I'm working with the thickly poles though. I'm sure it's going to be no problem whatsoever, except for maybe those front closing ones I'll have to get used to. But besides that, I think I'm kind of stocked for poles, except for the medium ones. And that's all good. So I think what I'm going to start with first is going to be the easy one, and that is going to be the pole extension for my Epipremnum skeleton key. Okay, so here I have my Epipremnum skeleton key. Just like this. Now recently, You know, it's weird. I don't get mealybugs. When I do, it's usually on a plant that I bought and brought into my home, and then that plant dies, and then it's just they're just gone. But now this one was interesting because I've actually had this plant for a while now, and not once have I seen a mealybug on it until this new leaf here went to unfurl, and there were all these little baby mealybugs on the inside of it. So I have been treating this plant. I'm trying to see. Oh, see, I can see one down here in the bottom. So this shoot down here is brand new, and right in the base of it where the leaf meets the petiole, there's a mealybug. But besides that, I think I successfully got rid of them. And by successfully, what I mean is, you know those facial pads that you use to wipe your face? I soak it with alcohol and I wipe down the entire leaf. I don't mess around with Q-tips unless I'm dealing with like 1 or 2 mealybugs. This was just a complete and utter wipe down of the entire thing, except for that leaf there because it wasn't ready for it. So I'll do that afterwards. I do have a root right here out of the bottom, which is going to be a little bit of a pain, but this plant is definitely not ready to be moved. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that root down there, but it is what it is. So we're going to take these poles and put them over here. And then, so these have a film on them, which I'm just going to peel off here. And the film, I believe, is on both sides. This should be clear. If it's not clear, that's fine. It doesn't matter to me if they match or not. But I usually do tend to get the clear ones. We've got that, so what I'm going to do is I am going to build this pole, put some moss in it, and then we're going to extend my skeleton key. Now let's see if I can do this. This is actually going to be the first time that I have done this with moss in the pole instead of putting it in after. And I just can't remember which one I put it in. I put it in the middle one. Okay, so now this is technically the first time I have ever done an extension. So let's see how well this works. I just want to make sure that my holes are lined up. Okay, that was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Perfect. Okay, so now we've got the extension on here, which looks a little, whoops, lopsided. But it's fine, it should be fine. So I'm going to take, you know what, I don't even actually see any roots in the pole. but I know that it's rooted in. So I think I'm just going to take this middle strap here, an angle where you can see it, because it is starting to kind of crawl over the side here. And I want to make sure that it's guided. Maybe we'll do it on this one. Right along like this. And there we go. Oh, I hope I didn't just break that. So I know some of you are probably screaming at me right now because, you know, the whole mealybug thing, and I just did this, and you know what? I may not get mealybugs very often. And yes, admittedly, I did just say that my plants usually die from it. Not so much that the mealybugs kill them, but if it gets to a point where I get sick of treating it, I just throw the whole thing away. So that's how it dies. But I'm not prepared to do that with this. This was a replacement for me. I had ordered a Philodendron gigas, and when I got it, it was not a good thing, and it was replaced for me. So this is that replacement for the tragic loss of the gigas, and I don't want to see this die. I would like to see it survive. Survive and thrive. I think I'm gonna have to stick a little bit more moss in a couple of these holes though, because I guess I didn't have to leave space at the top, but you know, we live and we learn. And it's funny, it took a long time for this plant to even really start growing for me. And now it's just growing like a weed, with or without the pests. Okay, and there we go. I'm going to have to do something maybe to keep it a little bit more stable until more of the root system anchors it, but there we go. Perfect. Okay, on to the next test. Next up I have something new that I just got. If you saw my last video, you would have seen that I had received a Magnificum crossed with a Nigrolaminum GG, and in that package I also got my Epipremnum Amplissimum and the Atabapoense, which I'm going to put both of them on poles today. So this one, if you look right in there, okay, that root, if you can see it, just went absolutely crazy since it's been here. I did leave the tape on the top because Lauren will put tape across the top to keep the soil in when she ships. It also keeps the humidity in, so I didn't worry about taking it off. And I'm glad for that because that is a super cute root right now. So with that, I forgot my soil. I got my soil. I got my little I think this is a 3.5, or maybe it's a 4. One of those. Anyway, it's one of the little guys. And I have the pole I'm going to put it on, and I am going to put it on one of the Thickly Grow Poles, the 2.0. We're going to do that and get this one potted up. I did check to see like how well it would fit in this little cup, and it is actually pretty perfect. There we go. Okay, so I've got my soil mix. Now it is an Premium and it will probably do better. Actually, you know what? Let's see. So my Premium Panatum, I'm pretty sure is in this exact same mix because I think this is what I have left over from when I repotted my Philodendron Florida Ghost and my Premium Panatum that are doing very well, by the way. Very, very well. And you may be shocked to hear that because I put the my Florida Ghost. Did I call it a Florida Bronze before? Either way. I had put it in a pot that was really way too big for the situation that it's in. And it is currently about to give me a new leaf. So I feel like for the amount of feed and water that plant goes through, it was definitely better for me to get it out of terracotta. Oh, wow. And into plastic with something that retains more water. Wow, okay. Okay. So you saw this fuzzy root, which is actually not. So you see this fuzzy root right here. Well, there, oh, you probably can't see them that way. Over here around the back, I don't know why it's not focusing. Okay. So over here around the back of the plant, there is another root winding itself around. So we're a happy little guy. Okay, I'm a little, I should put moss in first, right? Right, okay, we're gonna do that. Okay, so again, got my moss. Got this going on over here. So here we've got that. Okay, you probably couldn't see all of that, but that's okay. So now, one thing you gotta like about coco coir and tree fern fiber is how easily it falls off the roots. So look at those. They're perfect. Okay, I made a substantial mess over here. And seeing as this was happy in the medium it came in, let's see if I can cram all these little roots back down in here. Oh, which way is this gonna have to lay? Hang on. Okay, so what I could have done was just tuck this root right into the moss. Let's see if I can do that. You guys can't really see, but this moss that was growing, or this root that was growing along the top, I'm actually going to see if I can get it right in the pole. And I did. Nice. Does that seem a little high? That seems a little high, doesn't it? Okay. Like if you look at it this way, yeah, it seems a little high up there. So I'm gonna have to make another hole a little lower. And we're gonna put it in that one. Okay, oh. And then I've got another root over here that can just go right in there. Okay, so you are in there. I'm excited to see how this grows, for sure. And just make sure all the roots are covered. And get back here. Pieces of leca are just a little bit too big. Oh, maybe those giant pieces of pumice too don't really need to be in there. Yeah. Okay. I don't even think I need to strap this one in, honestly. I probably should. I should. Okay, so there is a leaf that is coming out. And I've probably just disrupted that. Alrighty. So I am going to water this one in with Great White, but here is my Epipremnum and Plesimum. Oh, sorry, did I say that it's variegated? It's variegated. I missed that part. It's lightly variegated. It's very lightly variegated, but it is still variegated. So hopefully with some light and love, it will retain that. All right. That is that. On to the next one. So now I am ready to do my Adabap Wednesday. I don't hear anybody talk about them or even show them anymore, but I'm super excited to have this one. It was a little dry, so it does have a little bit of curling on the leaves. I did water it last night, but just like the billy, the leaves are thick, so it's gonna take a little bit to plump back up, and I probably shouldn't do this right now, but I'm going to because it's just what I'm doing. But now, see, I feel like this front enclosure pole would be better because of the way that this kind of grows. But at the same time, I actually don't know. I don't know what to do. I couldn't even strap this one in there if I tried. Either way, actually. Okay. Because the internodes are so close together, that's not going to work. But I do already have a pole that is super dry that I have to wet down that I will use for this. So you know what? We are going to come back to this because I'm going to wet that pole down, that moss pole down, and then I'll go from there and just attach it to that one, I guess, with string. Yeah, but look at the roots in there. Can you see those? Oh, so happy. Okay, I'm gonna wet down that pole. And then I'm gonna find, there's so many things I have to do, I couldn't even tell you. I have some cutting to do. So while I wet down that pole, I'm gonna grab my red emerald and we're gonna do a little chopping. Okay, so I don't know how well, actually I do know how well. You're not really gonna see it that well, but I'm gonna have to show you. So this is my philodendron red emerald. So it comes down and you can see some new growth right there on the top. Now, this new growth, if I can, how am I gonna do this? How am I gonna do this? Okay, I'm gonna do it like this. Okay, so if you see this new growth up here, we did have a little bit of a thrips issue, and the last 3 leaves that have come out have just been tragic. Well, this one won't even unfurl, will not unfurl. So you know what, we're just gonna cut that off and try to get this one in a little bit of a healthier state. At no point has it attached itself to the pole, so that's okay. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut it down to the last healthiest leaf, I would say, which is probably this one right here. I'm looking at them. Yeah, it would be this one. And then I am going to propagate the whole rest of it. Yes. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Can you see up here? Not really, but that's okay because all you need to do is see where the cut is going to be made. Now with that too, I don't need, there it is, I don't need a stake this large, but I'm gonna leave it. Hopefully any of the new growth will travel up there. I just got a new batch of beneficials, so. Okay, so what I'm thinking is, there is a node here and I can see the eyelet, and there is one here too. So I think I'm gonna cut right here and then I'm gonna propagate all the rest of that. Okay. A little bit of a wobbly pop over here, but that's okay. So where'd my, so I'm just going to get right in there. Okay, and there we go. I've made the cut. This is the top portion of the plant. And now you can see what I mean. Whoa. Now it doesn't seem to have enough to stabilize it. That's fine though. It'll be fine. Okay, just let me wrap this back up and then I will show you what I'm gonna do with the rest of those. So now hopefully as it grows, it will attach itself to the stake. If not, that's fine. As long as it feels like it's being supported, it should still get bigger leaves, which is what I'm looking for. What I was trying to show you before was now you can get a good look at those tragic leaves, which I will be cutting off. But down here though, I do have 2 nodes. We're just gonna get rid of those. I will probably put them in a prop box. And 1, 2, 3, and then I'm gonna cut off that leaf. We're gonna cut off that leaf. Okay, so because this is so new and it's more than likely gonna die anyway, I probably could have sprayed it, it might have worked, but you know what, we're gonna do 1 more just to get that off of there. Okay, and then we have that. Got this top cutting, we've got this one here, this one here, and that one there that are gonna go into this cup right here. I'm just gonna take my moss. Ooh. Maybe I'll do 2 in moss and 2 in perlite. Kind of see which ones grow first. That is something I would do. Okay. I will be putting them probably in a prop box if I have the space. Let's take these 2. You can't see what I'm doing, but I'm taking these 2 and I'm gonna put them in here. One day I'm gonna get it all together. One day. Oh, we're just gonna cram some moss in there. Okay. My dog is increasingly becoming more and more annoying because he wants to go outside. Okay, so there is that first one, and I'm gonna let my dog go out and I will be back with the perlite one. Now I have a bowl of perlite. That is not what I'm putting them in. I'm actually just gonna put them in this cup, which looks like it is no drainage. Fine by me. Okay, so perlite. And I've got these 2 cuttings. So we're just gonna stick this top cutting right down into there, just like that. And then we're gonna stick this other cutting also in there, just like that. And now I'm just gonna top it up. If this is successful as is, I think I might put this one in pawn mixed with perlite, not just straight pawn. But so here we go. Like I said, if this works, I think I'm gonna throw this one into some pawn, and this one I will probably put back in with mother plant. But there is those 2, my philodendron red emerald, and then these wet sticks. I'm just gonna let them callus over a little bit, and I'm just gonna throw them in my perlite prop box. Okay guys, that is it for me. It looks like I am splitting this video into 2 parts because it got really long and I didn't want to keep you here for too long. So this is just part 1, and I will see you next week for part 2. I hope you are all safe and well. Please like and consider subscribing to my channel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.